Thing is,
I'm gonna take this hat off. It is hot.
it's hot. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
Hmm?
I like that.
What that? Okay.
All right. We are here again, gentle people.
Thank you for joining us,
Thank you for joining us.
and please excuse our humble abode. We're still trying to get adjusted in this space that we have been blessed to have access to, but we're still trying to figure out how to make it accommodate what we're trying to do. So you'll see us fidgeting around a lot, but that's what happens when we're at the start of things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So welcome, and again, thank you for joining us. We are here just to have a conversation. We'll be talking about a few things. I'm sure somebody will be blessed from what we have to say. And if you have any comment, don't forget to put it in the comment section, and we'll try our best to see if we can see it because we're not that young anymore.
I don't think I can see myself.
I can see the bright color orange over there.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, man. So Milton, thanks again for this opportunity for us to come together. So
well, it's always a blessing, sir.
what are we
Always
gonna
a
be
blessing.
talking about now? Let's jump right in.
Let's do it. So we want to do the first one. What is your? And I guess we have to speak loud enough for them to hear.
We have to
Yeah.
because the door is open.
What is your perspective on the difference between brotherhood and friendship, or do you feel that there's a difference?
The difference between brotherhood and friendship.
If if you even feel that there's a difference.
If there's a difference,
I've had some people tell me that it's the same, and I
Well-
don't
well-
view it as the same. But,
no. Well, it depends on the level of friendship, right? Um, I don't just call anybody my friend, right? I have associates,
Mhm,
I have acquaintances,
mhm,
I have coworkers.
mhm,
You know what I mean? But when I do call somebody my friend, is somebody who I can tell my darkest secrets, and knowing that that person have my back.
mhm,
That if something happened 2 o'clock in the morning,
mhm,
I can call, and that person
mhm,
would not ask me a whole bunch of questions. They would jump in their car and come and see me and stuff like that. So that's how I view friendship, and I don't have a lot of those.
mhm,
Just a handful of those type of
mhm,
people. Brotherhood is, um, I would look at brotherhood as somebody who they under we both having the same type of issues. So
mhm,
whether it is marital issues, whether it is financial issues, and
mhm,
we can have that conversation
mhm,
um, without judging each other.
mhm.
I think that's somewhat how I probably would.
I mean, that's your perspective.
That's how I probably would look
Yeah,
at it.
people ask me, you know how I am. I have this thing. I'm not looking for new friends, and so when someone asks me, it's like, what is the difference between brotherhood and friendship for you? Well, my
Mhm.
perspective is kind of like what you were saying. I don't thrive for friendship. Like I'm not. I don't live off of that. I don't care for that. If we're friends, we're friends. If we're not, we're not. But even in that tone, brotherhood is like again like someone who I really consider a brother. Like
Mhm.
you said, someone that I don't have. Like we were supposed to have a guest on the day named Chris Warren.
Mhm.
Up until 2 months ago, I hadn't
Sorry,
talked. I hadn't talked to Chris in almost 26 years, 27 years. But over the years, it's always been, hey, Chris said to say hello, or he's just letting me know that he's asking about me. I've been asking about him. But when I picked up the phone to call him,
Mhm.
he answered. And he showed up. I asked him, say, hey man, it's been a while since I talked to you. We're doing a podcast. Can you come on for us? Hey man, no problem. Let me know when. Boom, got on. No, we jumped on and we would talk like we had in this time. Um, Kind of the same thing. If my phone rings and I see a certain person's number on there, I'm answering, regardless what time it is in the morning, or if I see it, if I missed a call and I see it, I'm calling right back. Hey, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm in the middle of something, I might say, hey, is everything okay? Cool. Okay. Hey, let me get back to you. I'm in the middle of something. But my first question is, are you okay? What do you need?
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the guys or the people that I consider. You're one of those guys. If Mr. Blake calls, even if I missed a call at first, I'll call you, hey, coach, everything good? Everything okay? Um, and I'm also very protective of friends sometimes look for the opportunity to talk about you when you're not around, right?
Mm-hmm.
My brothers would check that. So nah, we ain't having a
Mm-hmm.
conversation. If you're not gonna say that if he's here, you're not gonna say that
Say
when
when
he's
he's
not
not
here.
here.
And if
Yeah.
you want to say it, well, let's get him on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, go ahead and say what you were saying. Like that. Like
Yeah.
we're not having no foolishness. Nope, we're not gonna talk about Mr. Blake if he's here. And wait a minute, would you say that if Mr. Blake was
He's
sitting
here,
right here?
right?
Like I know my boys, my brothers, the same stuff they would say to me if I'm sitting right here, they say it behind my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand. Like as soon as you come to me, hey, such and such, I know exactly what he said.
Mm-hmm.
I know why he said it. You know, but those people, like you said, are very few,
Very few.
very
Very
few,
few.
very
Yeah.
few people. They can check me at any time. Hey man, or if I get into some stuff, they'll go to battle for me without questioning. And then if I get them into some nonsense, they'll check me afterwards. Hey man, what you get us into that for? But they don't question before. But
After.
after, if they see some nonsense, like, yo, man, what was that all about? But they're going to show up regardless.
Right,
So,
and I believe that is based on your character.
yeah, yeah.
They know who you are because there are certain things that you couldn't say to people about me
Mm-hmm.
because they're first going to say, no,
Mm-hmm.
we're not talking about
No,
the
we
same
ain't
person.
having that now.
No, we're not talking about the same person, right? And funny enough, I was actually having a conversation with my wife this morning, and it's a conversation that I had over and over
Mm-hmm.
because I have a friend in Jamaica that we were classmates, and then there was this other guy who I thought we were friends. You see what I'm saying? And then he started saying some stuff about me, like, and the guy he went to my friend, no, bona fide friend, and saying it to him, and he said, hold on. Let me make sure you're talking about the right person. you
Yeah, you
you
can't
cannot
be
be
talking
talking
about
about the
like,
Dennis that
that
I know.
Yeah,
It gotta be somebody
yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah. You lying to me. that's what it
So
be like. Yeah,
yeah,
nah,
so
one.
actually just this morning before I came, I something came up. He's an electrician and we were
Mm-hmm.
talking about that and that came up this morning. I was telling my wife, I said, yeah, and this guy who I don't even
Mm-hmm.
have, I wasn't even dating this girl.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That he could have hate me like that, right? I was, oh man. So that's the conversation we had this morning.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
But my wife said something to me before, and she was like, "Things that have ended it is for a reason." She goes, "Friendship has ended," and I'm like, "Yeah, that time,
Mm-hmm.
reason, or season. Time, reason, or
Yeah.
season.
See,
People come into
time,
life for a time,
time,
reason, or season.
season,
Yep,
and as long as they serve
the
one of
purpose,
both,
whatever.
yeah,
Yep,
the purpose, then they
yeah.
kick it. And I think one of the problem is that we tend to hold on to people who season is over,
Not me.
whose time is over.
Not
Like,
me. Yeah, hey man, hey, we good? Good. We ain't gonna like
yeah,
one thing, and you know this about me. Everybody who knows me know where they stand with me. I'm gonna always, even if I don't like you, I'm never gonna be disrespectful. Never gonna because I have some very dear friends that they have friends that I can't stand
hmm
because I see how they treat them, and I'm very vocal about it. Like, yo, I had a friend that was dude had to move out of his house very last minute, and I was like, hey man, I'll be there to help you out. I said, call all your boys over. Call your fellas over. Couldn't get nobody to come help him. Now I'm in there. I don't mind. I'm a busy bee. Once I get going, I'm going. I'm packing boxes, moving stuff, helping him, whatever. He's like my brother. But then I say, yo, man, where all the boys that when you call and y'all
Mm.
want to drink and y'all want to have cookouts and you hosting all these big parties, where those dudes at? So I said, hey, now we want a whole week moving. I said, hey, do this. Let them know that you're gonna have a cookout.
Everybody turn up.
Bruh, them dudes came. When they got in the house, they came downstairs to the bar. I said, nope.
Hmm.
I said, before you touch a plate, before you get a drink, grab a box. I said, that man been reaching out to y'all all week and ain't nobody show up. But
Hmm.
today, just so conveniently, everybody
Everybody show
shows
up.
up.
Yeah.
I said, you better not cook nothing for them. As a matter of fact, if they want to drink, cool. Did anybody bring anything to eat?
No.
This man moving. He needs your help. I said, that's why I don't mess with him. I said, that's why. And I told him to their face, I said, if you got a problem with me, let me know right now. But you bet not touch a drink until you grab a box or two.
Mm.
And I said, you bet not serve them nothing either. And I stood right there and I said, that's why I don't mess with none of y'all, because y'all are some punk asses.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I walked out. I said, those your friends, bro. I love
Yeah.
you to death, but these couldn't be none of my friends. All week you looking for help and ain't nobody
Nobody
helping
show
you.
up.
Nah, bro, we ain't doing that.
Mm.
But that's just how I am. So, and ain't no badass either. Ain't no Billy badass. I let everybody know where they stand with me, and I don't mix the water. But I don't do I'm not into looking for new friends. Like again, if it happens, it happens. But if it ends too. Like I'm cool with,
Mm.
hey man, like you said, you find out somebody, hey bro,
Man,
all you gotta do is show me one time.
that's it.
Just show me, I'm cool.
Well, yeah, man. I think we tend to forgive like several times, and every time you forgive, you get burned, you get hurt,
Nah,
and then
nah.
it's like you're not learning.
Nah, because I done been in a row too much. I'm very rigid there. Like you're not burning me. You get one with me.
And that's it.
You get one with me. Not because of the way I was raised up. Like I'm like my grandmother said, once they show you who they
Yeah.
are, it's up to you to believe.
Hmm.
They've shown you, and what you hanging on for? Why that's like saying you know that, hey man, that's a snake right there. But you keep going over there to that snake and keep wondering why you keep getting bit. Yeah, that's what they
Hmm.
do. That's on you.
When are you gonna learn?
You got one with me. Hey, I ain't. Hey, I might be a lot of things, but I ain't stupid.
I know, I know,
I'm
I
cool.
know, I
You
know.
call me anything you want to. I'm good. Just say it over there. I'm cool.
Yeah.
But nah, that's and everybody has their own perspective about it. But that's the difference between brotherhood. Like brotherhood is someone that I really would call a brother, and I don't throw that out there. I don't just throw that out. Like I said, it's a very few people, and even with the brotherhood, it's still levels to the brotherhood.
Right.
Like I got my very very best friend, and this is how crazy it is. I talk to his mom more than I talk to him. We have not, and he's the godfather of my oldest son. He is my best friend since high school. I have not talked to this dude in probably about 15 years. And his mom is on both of us. I said, nah, don't be on us. That's on him. That's on him. I'm not reaching out to him. He know it. He know how I am. I said, because I reach out every birthday. I reach out to I'm talking to my nieces, his
Oh.
daughters.
Hmm.
And again, I don't think there's any issues with it. It's not from my end, but I love him to death. But I ain't kissing his ass. Like, nah, bro. And his mom is like, what's going on? I said, Mom, you talk to him more than I do. I said, I call you. So why would I not be calling him? I said, but I don't do one sided relationships. He knows that, you know that. So hey man, I love him. Hope everything's good. But until he show up and let me know what's going on, I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci. Because I'm here. My number ain't changed in 25 years.
Yeah.
Everybody in his household talked to me but him. Last time I talked to him, we was at our brother's funeral.
Oh, what a place to talk.
Yeah, I mean, and we have a great relationship, and he travels a lot, but obviously he's going through some things, and I know him well enough to know that. And everybody who knows me and him, the first, hey man, what big bro doing? What little bro doing? Like they
Mm.
don't have a conversation without us mentioning each other. And I'm like, man, I ain't talked to him. Shit, when the last time you talked to him? But I know he's good. I still
Mm.
check on him. I still, like I said, I just talked to his mom. She's my mom. Just talked to her. What's today? Tuesday. Is today
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Hmm.
I think I talked to her Saturday, just because Valentine's Day right around the corner. And I just check in on her probably once every other week. And but nah, but he's still my brother. If he was to call me right now, hey man, I need you.
Hmm.
He's the one person that, hey man,
Stop everything.
I'm gonna show up, but me and you gonna have a conversation. Like me and you gonna have a conversation, but I'm gonna show up without question. But we gonna have a conversation before I leave.
So,
What the hell's been going on?
so you just mentioned something about Valentine's.
Hmm.
Um, do you really believe in Valentine's, man?
No, no.
That's a resounding no.
I love every day the same way.
The same way.
Everybody I love them the same way every day.
So why you make a special effort on
I
Valentine's?
don't.
You don't.
No.
Same effort Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
My wife knows I will bring her a gift if I see something she like. Now, let me back that up. Because of my kids, I make sure that they do something for their mom. Like, hey, like I just talked to my daughter, hey, what do you want to get your mom for Valentine's Day? And she was looking at some purses. I said, hey, pick out what you want. I'll order it because we're going to be with her for Valentine's Day. We're going to spend our Valentine's Day with my daughter. Um, I just don't. I mean, everything, man. All these, listen, and I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. All this stuff is manufactured holidays. These money grabs. Is reason for you to go spend your money. But what's the difference in today and tomorrow? Like, what's the difference? I don't love that person no more on Valentine's Day than I do any other day of the year, right? What's the difference if you want to do that? Then we show love on Christmas. What's the difference between Christmas and Valentine's? You know,
Well,
I
Chris,
mean, the reasoning behind them is the same, but it's still a day that you show that you care about somebody, right?
yeah, but Christmas is a whole nother story.
Yeah,
Maybe because I don't believe in
I don't
Christmas.
believe in none of it. I
Yeah,
mean, who the hell is Santa? Santa
yes,
Claus is Mrs.
yeah,
Charlene
and
Thornhill. That's
yeah.
my mom, bro. I don't
And
look,
then you
man.
have to know how he got started, the history
I
behind
don't
all of that.
listen. I don't
I don't even
care.
want a Christmas tree in
I
my
don't
house, man.
care. I
I don't
don't.
want a Christmas
We
tree.
we
I don't want not. As a matter of fact, this is the last year Christmas tree gonna be in the house because
I
I
everything.
tell them already. I don't
Yeah,
want it in there.
I'm the same way. Like everything we do, man, we do because of our kids. But at the same time, I don't BS my kids. Like, look, man, your mom going to buy them gifts. We going to buy them gifts. Y'all gonna get the gift that you want to give for your mom, for your grandmothers, whatever. Like, what do y'all want to give for them? There ain't no damn Santa Claus. Ain't no
Mhm.
damn. We'll do the Christmas tree because I think Christmas is probably one of the prettiest times of the year. Like, I
It's
really,
the prettiest
yeah.
time of the year, but my research tell me that it is not.
No, it's not like none
Not
of it.
doing it
None of
no
it.
more this year. As a matter of fact, I've been saying it for the past 2 years that I'm not into Christmas. I know my wife loves Christmas. We say okay, we do it again this year, but after this year,
You know the problem I have with all this stuff, man. The more you do your research, the more you find out it's built off of
mm,
all these things, man, are built off of hatred and
hatred.
bullshit, and they just monetize it. They monetize it. Like, but again, everybody is. But no, for Valentine's Day, man, no, I just try to make sure that my kids are able to show their mother, their grandmother, stuff like that. But me, everybody know, like, no, bro, like I can get you the same thing I bought you on Valentine's Day
Yesterday
yesterday,
and tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
What happens if the gift don't show up on time? Does that mean I love you any less? So it's all, I get it, but I don't move by that. Like if you ask anybody that I'm close to, bro, if I see it and I think you like it, you getting it. And like back to Christmas, I don't even, man. Listen, I'm not wrapping no gifts. I'm not doing none of that. Listen, here, this is for you.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
like it,
There's
and
a
if you
gift
don't like it,
card.
here's a receipt to return it.
Take
Like,
it back.
you know,
You take it back.
you take it back. You get
Yeah.
what you want. Or my wife has told me like sometimes just instead of buying for me, just
Gift
we go
card.
shop it together. No, she let's go
Oh,
go
shopping
shopping together.
together.
Now I'm not that. I've tried to do that. I don't have the patience because y'all take too long, man. I'm like I'll go in but when I say that I'm gonna do it, I do. I give the time, but it's far and in between because y'all women take forever to
Ever.
figure out
Oh
You can look
my
at the same.
God,
Like
man.
here. Listen.
Jesus.
So we went to a function not too long ago. My wife went and purchased something. She got it home. Now she tried it on in the store. I don't know what happened between the time she got from the store to home, but she got home,
You like it no
put it
more.
on. We're supposed to be getting ready to leave, not getting ready to, but preparing
Mm-hmm.
to go. She It didn't fit the same. It didn't feel so. I was like, okay, give it to me. What do what do you want? Because I know how she gets. She starts getting
Mm-hmm.
frazzled up. Say, hey, don't worry about it. What do you want? What do you want? Get a size bigger. Okay, cool. I go, I go to the store, and as soon as I walk, I say, hey man, remember my face. I'm probably gonna be back, but can I exchange this for this? I said, keep that right there. I said, probably keep that right there. Don't give it to anybody. Put it over there. I said, I promise you, I'll be back. Get it. Come home. She tries on. Oh, I don't like this. I'm like, man, I don't know what you want me to do, but I can always go back and get the other one.
And get the other one size up, which is the one you had before.
Man, go back, get the dude bust all that. And I say, hey man,
I told you.
if you don't know anything, know your spouse. Know who you're married to, know who you're dating, because they're gonna be who they are. So I don't even know what was the purpose of me even
I
telling
don't.
this story. Like
I
I don't
don't
know.
know, but one thing I can tell you for sure is that.
Oh, we're
So
talking about Valentine buying gifts and stuff.
buying
Yeah,
gifts.
yeah.
So I was in the I what I noticed sometimes when I go to the grocery store, right? And I have to laugh because I'll go to the grocery store and my wife would tell me something that I should pick up, right, at the grocery store. But when I go to the grocery store, even though she said what I should pick up, I saw it there and I say, you know what? I better call her just to make sure this is the one, right? And I thought I was the only one who had that problem.
Mm-mm.
But then I find I saw men coming in and they on the phone,
I do it.
what you call it now? The
FaceTime.
FaceTiming.
Hey, babe,
Is this
is
the
this
one?
is this
Is
what you
this
need?
and they said no, it's the other one.
Yeah, I do it all the time. That's why I love FaceTime. I walk in the store. First of all, how do y'all know where everything is in the grocery store? Like y'all know aisle for aisle where
Yeah.
it is. I walk in the store. I'm like, where the hell is whatever?
Whatever.
Like,
Yeah.
what the hell is condensed milk? Like, what the hell? That's milk. I'm thinking, no, it's canned. It's on the out. Like, okay, yeah, whatever. So, but I'm the same way. I'll walk up to it now because I know if I don't, something's changing between the time I get from the grocery store to home.
Yeah.
So I'll take my time. Hey, first of all, is this what you want? Cool. How many you want? All right. Before I leave, is there anything else you need? And I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait until she says, no, I'm good. Because I've learned if the minute I say and I leave, oh, are you still there?
Yeah.
So I'll wait. I'll wait. Give it like 5 minutes or so. And same day when we're ordering the food, like I'll be at the line ordering food. I'll be like, hey, let me just make sure that I'm reading this right, and I'll order it right there. Because when I get home, I don't want it. But they didn't do this. I'm like, hey man, I ordered it
right there.
Yeah, but just save yourself some headaches, man.
No,
Save
seriously,
yourself headaches.
I thought honestly, I thought I was the only one who had that problem. But when I in the supermarket and in the store, I saw the men came in, and it doesn't matter whether they're black, white, pink, or mauve, they have the same issues. FaceTiming.
Got to be sure. You don't want them problems when you
and then the thing about it is that you end up picking up the wrong brand. If you don't do that, you pick up the wrong brand and say, oh, this is not the brand that we want. We want this brand, and then you have to take it back. And a lot of times these happen right around Thanksgiving too. Right around Thanksgiving. It happens a lot around Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But again, that's part of just, which is, again, what Soul Bench is about for me is I have a thing. It's like, no, like if you're in business, right? Any line of work that you service clients, don't you have this thing called know your client? So why would you not know
your wife? Yeah.
Gotta know her.
Gotta know her.
And I tell my, hey man, if and not to go too far down the rabbit hole with this, this is some of the conversations I have with some of my young guys that are contemplating getting married. Hey man,
and make sure you're ready.
Ask the right questions early. Do the hard work early because, all right, if someone tells you they're not going to do something, if you don't like certain things, if you know you're not going to change, why would you expect that person to change? Why do we men feel like that? Oh, it's okay whether the young lady is a virgin or you think that you're gonna marry her and make her change her mind, or she loves you more than she loves what she doesn't want to do. Like, gentlemen, men, and I'm saying this strictly to men, stop manipulating, how you say, manipulating yourself,
Mm.
because all you're doing is causing problems for later on in life. You cannot turn around and look at your spouse and be mad with her for something that she told you 20 years ago she wasn't going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you love her, just because you married her, just because you feel like that's part of meeting you halfway, no, it is not. She is who she is, just like you are who you are. We all adjust, but we have this thing called a factory reset button. You're gonna be who you're gonna be. So if there's something that we have these things called pet peeves or things that we really know that are no or what we call deal breakers. I don't care if it's sex, I don't care if it's traveling, I don't care if it's finance. If any one of those deal breakers are on that list with the person you're considering marrying, stop. Stop right there. Stop
Mm.
right there. And ask yourself this question. Do you love her more than you will miss that? Do you love her more than you will miss that? Because here's what's going to happen. When you get married, things are going to change. I promise you that ain't going to be one of them. The
Mm-hmm.
things that she do not like to do, the things that you don't like to do. It may sound good, it may feel good, all in the bliss of doing whatever, but eventually you're going to go back to your factory reset. So if what those things are things that you will miss more than you will continue to love her. And again, it's not a knock, it's just being honest. I know me. I'm a very affectionate person. There's no way in the world I can marry someone that's not going to be affectionate to me, that doesn't want to hug, that doesn't want to be touched, that wants to be by themselves, that, you know, like, so now you telling me I got to go the rest of my life without this? Well, yes, if you know that,
From the beginning.
if you
Yeah,
know
you
that
know from the beginning
and
that
you
you
venture
still,
into it,
yeah.
because they may do it a little bit, that's to make you happy, but then it's going to go back to what makes them happy. And now you're going to find yourself in a situation where now it's you versus them. And why is that even a topic of conversation when you could have had that conversation again? And it happens. It happens. And there's always caveats, because I'm not saying that people don't meet halfway, but it tends to come after a lot of counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you split down the road, or maybe they just you worn them down, or they've worn you down. But I'm telling you, gentlemen, that is a form of manipulation that we have to get out of. If someone is not meeting your criteria, don't move the goalposts. Don't move it. And it may sound silly now. I've even heard somebody say, "Well, that's selfish." No, it's not. It's honest. Because what selfish is, you acting like that it's not going to cause you problems down the road. That's what selfish is. Because now you're arguing about something 15 years past is when you could have nicked that in the bud. And I'm not saying that you won't have a successful marriage, because people work through things. But save yourself some headaches, man. Like, stop trying to manipulate people into being everything that you want them to be. We're not
Well,
going to get everything we want in everybody, but if you know it's things that's going to cause you, like things you genuinely love and can't do without, why put that person in that situation, knowing that they told you, you had that conversation. I remember I had a young lady that told me, you know, she wasn't really into kissing. Okay, I don't know. You can't. I can't be with you. I love to kiss. I'm like,
yeah,
we could be friends, but I'm not.
that's it. That's about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, and people like, oh, that's shallow. No, bro. Like, that's saving me. Like, I know me. I know me. I know what I want. I know what I like. I know what I enjoy. and it's
And
not.
I think you said it. I think
Yeah,
that's honest.
yeah,
That's honest.
yeah.
You
Just be honest with
just be
yourself,
honest with yourself. But
and
the
you.
other thing I want to talk about in
Mhm.
that regard is, um, like you will have friends that you from kindergarten, right? Are you supposed to drop those friends when you get married? How does that work? Because I know my friends before I know my wife.
No.
So should I drop my friends? Should
Why?
I?
Why would that be a conversation though?
Yeah, because you see, because then you might be spending too much time with your friends.
But see, that's a you problem
You
because
might be on the
again,
phone too long, or
but you again, that's knowing your.
so you have boundaries.
Yeah, like and I think that's one of the cool things. I think some of the most successful relationships, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and people on where we at, TikTok or whatever we're on,
YouTube.
YouTube. Um, I tend to think that people who have very good friendships have the most successful marriages. That's just from what I've seen. I've been
Hmm.
married to my wife for 26, going on 27 years now, and that's one thing that we're missing is a genuine friendship because like you said, my if my wife would have met me when I was in college, there's no way she would have married me. Absolutely not. And when I tried to share a lot of who I was with her, trying to be, trying to establish a friendship because you don't want to have any secrets. But there's also things that if people can't handle them, what do you do
What do
with
you
it?
do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So but I tend to see the people who have very good friendships, whether they were friends in high school, college, or just became mutual friends through work and spent time on, like everybody wants to get married. Oh, you've been dating for 5 years. Man, the hell with what everybody say. What works for you? If you and that person that you're with are okay and you haven't put a timeline on it and you guys are working together on building your relationship, build your relationship. You have to go behind your doors at home. Your friends don't live with you and your spouse.
Hmm.
But I'm not. You have to know again. Know your spouse. Know your friends. I got some friends that I know I can't do certain things with because I know how my wife feels about it, and justifiably so. Yeah. Like why would I put myself in that situation? Same with me. Like it's some dudes that don't hang with me, especially when I wasn't married. Like, nah, you can't be with that dude and you
Hmm.
say you gonna nah, because I'm gonna get you in trouble. Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna try to get you in trouble.
What's gonna happen?
But if you're gonna hang with me, I'm not married. You are.
You are.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll hang out for a little while, but bro, you gotta go home. I don't.
Yeah.
And if you wanna come along, I might tell you, hey man, you sure? And I'm gonna try to talk you out of it. But at the end of the day, you're a grown man. And some people are like, nah, you should be a better friend. Nah, I tried to warn them.
Hmm.
Now, because again, I don't have to go home to that young lady. You do. So, you know, if I know I got friends like that, I know it's certain when they say it's just like when you were a little kid, right? I remember when I was a little kid, not a little kid, teenager, and I started playing sports. I used to hang with drug dealers. When they realized I was a good football player, hey man, go your ass home. Go home.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need to be here.
Here, yeah.
Or I would be there and they would get ready to go do something and I call myself going, nope, home. I'm not dealing with Miss Louise. I'm not dealing with your mom. Go home.
That's good though.
But they told me to go
Yeah,
home.
that's good. Because
And
I heard a story about a lady um, that is in she's in Jamaica, and
mm,
she said she used to hang out with these bad guys,
mm,
um, and they kind of protect her, right?
mm,
But when they realized how smart she was,
gotta go.
they told her, "Look, you go to college, get your degree, all that type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and if you feel the same way,
When you
then you
finish,
come back."
come back. Yeah.
And they get that she did. She went to school, did well, got her teaching certificates and teaching, and she never go back. But she and them are still, friends.
Hey
But
man, I had a
so
guy
I
who
think those are
no,
some.
those are good. Like listen to me,
Uh,
and I'm piggybacking off your story. Do you know the name Michael Platt?
mm-mm.
He's Jamaican triple jumper, '88. He won the Silver, I believe.
Michael Platt.
Michael Platt.
Gotta
Look him up.
research it.
Went to college with him at Taft Junior College. Him, Harlan Davis, and it was another guy. Our football team, our receivers was our track team. And Harlan Davis and Michael Platt were two of the most famous guys that was on our football team because they represented the 80, I think it was the 88 Olympics. But anyway, Michael Platt, who I did not know this at the time, I had a good friend by the name of Josh, who was a big drug dealer in DC, or he
Was.
He's no longer with us. Rest in peace. But when he found out I was going to school,
Mm-hmm.
he reached out to Mike and told Mike to look out for me. I didn't know this
How did you find out?
because we were hanging out one day and I got myself in trouble. I got kicked off campus by my football coach. So I needed a place to stay. And Mike was like, I got you. And I was like, huh? First of all, how did you know?
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, what do you mean you got me? And me and Mike had known each other, right? We'd been around, we just hanging out. It wasn't somebody that we kicked it. I could always tell he was around, just kind of everybody good, what's going on. And where we were at, it was football, softball, volleyball, track. It was a junior college in California. And Mike would just always be around. Harlan played football with us. Mike Platt was just on the track team. And he, like I said, when I got myself in trouble, Harlan, and the other guy let me stay with them in there. And he's like, yeah, Josh told me to look out for you. And I'm like, well, why you never say that? He said, because you never give me no reason to say anything.
To say anything. Mm-hmm.
You've been doing what you're supposed to be doing. I've been letting them know. I'm like, man. And I was like, I thought he was BSing. He called him. He's like, yo, man, they called me Buck. I got Buck here. Like, yo, man, what you do to get kicked out the door? So I was like, yo, first of all, what we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
But that's like, those are the
good.
type of friends. Like, hey, man, they look out for you all the time. And again, my story may be a little bit on the eccentric side, but they, those, here's the thing that I would tell people, man. We have this thing where, especially in the religious world, where people's like, oh, well, trust all these people are bad people. Hey, man, sometimes good people do bad things, and sometimes bad people do good things.
Yeah.
And I've been around a lot of good people, and I've been around some people who people didn't think were good people who treated me and everybody else that they cared about with nothing but utmost respect and love. And whatever preceded them, I never saw that side of them. Maybe because they kept it from me, but I do know, hell, sometimes I was a bad guy. And I tend to be, hopefully people know that just by nature, I'm a good dude. But you get on me wrong, I got a flip side to me.
Yeah. There are a lot of bad people that do good things, man.
Listen, man.
And some of them end up in jail for doing good.
Yeah.
A lot of good people do bad things.
Just look at how some of these people have made money out here, man.
Right. Right.
Stealing from people, building empires,
Mm-hmm.
just robbing, stealing from people. But yeah, and I think, and I think I'm gonna go over into the church part sometime.
Oh yeah, let's get over there.
Sometimes some of the church people are some of the most hypocritical people. Like, I just look at them sometimes like, bruh, you forget I just saw you last week, man. Like, wait up, hold up, wait a minute. You said what? Oh, I did just not see. Oh, that don't count. Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, you asked for forgiveness. Oh, that makes it okay. Get the hell out of here.
Well,
and I know you gonna get me, but I'm just saying.
No, but I mean, you're speaking your truth, man.
No. And people always ask me. So in my group Soul Bench, I have this thing where I say religious. I don't want to do the religious thing because I don't want to do back and forth. Listen, I have a great relationship. I think a great relationship with God. But when you start talking about religion, people start getting dug in on who's right, who's wrong, what. Hey, man, if whatever's worked for you, because I know most people move by some sort of faith in life. So religious is always around, and I think I put in my section. I think I said let's talk about it here a little bit. I had this thing called "Where's God in all this?" Because again, when I started my book, when I started this men's group, it was because, and Mr. Blake knows this, it was a time that I was sitting at home in the corner, didn't know what to do, and I'm asking God, like, what do you? And I'm still there. This has been since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2026, bro. 10 years, and I still don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm supposed to be doing. But I do know that this is a part of it because this is what I feel and what He's pointed me in direction in. But um, listen, man, I have a very, very, very unique perspective on religion because of again how I was raised. And I know when I say this, you're gonna crack up laughing. So
No, no, no.
people,
Well, don't say it. Don't say
okay, but it's true, man. Listen, folks, my grandmother
it.
passed.
Don't say
No, I'm be honest, man. We talk about it now.
Oh,
We talk
gee.
about it now. So my grandmother, my god grandmother, the lady who raised me, I was raised by my 9 aunts, my godmother and her mom, Mrs. Chambers. I I have been raised in Miss Chambers' household. Mrs. Chambers, my grandpa Snooks, and Ma Linda from the age, I don't know, 5 until shit, we moved when I was 10. When my grandmother got sick before she passed, I think, but this was well before COVID. But anyway, we're sitting in the kitchen and we're talking. Now, this may be graphic for some people, but I remember nights, man. So we lived in this big house. She had this big home, and it was like two homes in one. It was huge, but they slept in separate rooms. There were like 5 or 6 bedrooms upstairs because it was myself, my sister. They had their two kids, another cousin or whatever, and then my godmother lived downstairs in her own huge home. So I would always sleep with my grandpa, and we would listen to baseball and stuff on the radio at night. So and he worked at the foundry on what we call the graveyard shift. He worked overnight, and then some nights when he would be home, of course, he wanted to spend time with my grandma, and I would hear him some nights just begging for her affection, and I'm just laying there, I'm like, damn, why? This is a young me. Like, what is going? Why is he begging? Like, I can and like and again, I don't know what was going on behind closed doors, but I could hear him physically asking her to be affectionate with her. Man, why why before my grandmother passed? And this is and I swear because my wife was there with me because we had just found out she was dying. She wasn't doing well, but she was still in good spirits. And they used to always joke me about the things that I've done. So they call themselves, embarrassing me in front of my now wife about all the little things I used to say and do when I was a little kid. But to get to the point, while we're there, my grandmother goes, I don't know how the conversation happened, but something that my mom said. Now my mom was there, my godmother was there, my wife was there, and I'm sitting there, we talking about me, and then all of a sudden the conversation switched. I don't know why, I don't know how. But it was found then that my grandmother said, well, hell. No, it was talk about because my wife said something about I used to complain about going to church all the time. I didn't like going to church. And I was like, yeah, we spend all the time at church. Like, damn, every weekend we all in church. Now, again, I understand a part of that, just growing up in most Baptist or Christian households. The weekend is you going to church. Hell, sometimes in the summertime you in the church
all day.
all day.
Yeah.
But now, back to my original point.
Mm.
My grandma goes, well, we were at church a lot because I was with the pastor. I said, what? Like, wait a minute, what? I'm looking at and my reaction on my face was, I'm looking at my mom and I'm looking at my stepmom, my godmother. I'm like, did she just say what she said? And they both was like, I'm like, Grandma, what did you just say? She goes, well, baby, I said, Grandma, don't do this. She goes, no. She goes, I was, what do you call it? What did she call it? I was the mistress of the pastress. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me that's why we was at church all the time? Like you just wanted to be around this man? And she was like, well, not so much when you were younger, just as time went, I became, we became very close and we spent I said, Grandma, why are we talking about this right now? I said, you know how I feel about church because I've always like, again, pastors and preachers are human too. Let's start there. And the reason, without knowing any of this, that I have this, because I've seen my preachers preach a great sermon and then go out in the community, be at the pubs, be at the clubs, be drinking, depending on where they're at. I grew up in Lynchburg, Virginia, and Bedford, Virginia, and Rude. Like you have, so it's all like country city mix. But I've always seen my preachers and pastors in places that, well, hold up, you was just talking about this at church. So I've always distanced myself from the physical church, as I was able to make those decisions as I got older. But when my grandma told me this, man, I was like, what that, bruh, like, what are we doing? Like, how you become the preacher's mistress? Like, how my grandma? How you that lady?
I know. But
it was funny. It was funny at the time, but then I was mad. I'm like, Grandma, how you gonna say this right now? Like today, right now. I literally walked out. I had to go sit in the car, man. I went and sat in the car for about 30 minutes, man. I'm pissed. Like, how you gonna say this? And and then on top of it, I'm going back to hear my grandfather beg for your affection. I'm like, is that why? Like I'm putting stuff together there. I'm like, yo, what is happening to me right now? So yeah, I'm very jaded when it comes to, and again, it's all isolated and it's not everything, but I do know that that's a reality, man. Preachers and pastors and people of the cloth are human. They are of flesh. They make the same mistakes. I think some of the best preachers I've had some of the craziest upbringings, and so they come from,
When you look at we're going on, this is not Bible study, but when you look at Jesus' disciples, all of them had flaws. You know what I mean? All of his disciples, they have flaws. Some was tax collectors, some was, we have one that was persecuting the church. So, if you really dig deep, you'll find out that all of them had flaws. And those are the type of people that God chose to do his ministry. And they did a fantastic job with that, right? Bringing the message across. And so, but I always tell people that when you're sick, you go to the hospital, right? And when you're physically sick, you go to the hospital. So when you're spiritually sick, then you need a place to go. And that place is the church. Right, so everybody coming to the church have their own issues, have their own misfortune, has their own problems that they're going through, and they need somewhere to go. Right, so they come to the church. My biggest concern is pastors. I believe that pastors, yes, they go to God for guidance, but I believe that all pastors need a friend. But they have a problem. And I could understand. I'm sure if you ask pastors how many friends they have, they probably can point on one finger. Or some of them may hold a fist, they don't have any. Because they cannot trust, they have a hard time trusting people. And you could understand why, because their information can be the next conversation in the church. You know what I mean?
And it has been.
And it has been. Because they feel like, okay, I can trust you. This is what I'm struggling with. This is what I'm going through. And you tell somebody, and somebody tells somebody, and somebody tells. Now, before you know it, it's all over the congregation. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to give pushback on the thing about the hospital and the church. I get the metaphor. I understand what you're saying. One, I don't trust medicine, so I try not to go to the hospital.
Okay, well,
but and I've seen again some of the most hypocritical people where church is supposed to be where everybody's welcome, and they chastise and put people out because of they don't dress the right way, or maybe they haven't been to church in a while. Or they, you may have a homeless person that just needs a place and they come to church and everybody's like, oh, Like, nah, I think
And you better not.
it should be,
And you, yeah, it should be.
it
And you
should be,
better
but it's
not
not.
take their seat up front.
Yeah,
That seat that they're
yeah,
sitting every
yeah,
day,
yeah,
every week. You
yeah,
better not take that seat because they could you would have a fight in the church.
yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So for me, when it comes to that type of stuff, and I just I keep my relationship with God. Like I talk to God every day. Um, I'm in the car a lot. I sit, I ask, I wake up in the morning. I say, because of my work schedule is all over the place. But when I before I start my day, I'm grateful. During the day, I say thank you. When my kids are moving around, I just say, again, I'm regardless what's going on in my life. And me and Mr. Blake have talked about this. I am so at a loss for my own where I am and what's happening and all this. But even in this crazy time, I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my relationship with my wife. There's always something to be grateful for and to be
Hmm.
thankful for. And so I try to be very mindful because sometimes I'm like I'm having a real conversation. Hey God, hey man, what is happening? What is going on? Like why?
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
I asked you this, you gave me this sign, I went here and I'm still right back here. And I have those type of conversations with God. And a lot of my conversation with God has been based on how Mr. Blake has told me to have these conversations because
Hmm.
sometimes
You
he's
have to be
told me I'm
direct.
not I'm not being direct enough or I'm kind of skating around or I'm speaking negativity into the air. So I try to say what's on my heart and be mindful and of who I'm saying things to.
And the thing about it also, if I may add, is that I think a lot of times we ask God for help,
Hmm.
but then one, we don't have patience to wait. That's
Hmm.
number one, because we
Hmm.
want it now.
Hmm.
Number two, we we say we leave it with God to take care of it, but then we looking back and trying to help God do His
Hmm.
job,
Hmm.
and God don't need your help.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times that is a problem. We don't have the patience to wait. We ask amiss, so we ask and then can't wait, and that's where the problem is.
And can I say this? Can I piggyback on that? Be careful what you ask for. And I learned that I told Mr. Blake this
Be
last about a
careful
month
what you ask
because
for.
because I feel now a lot of my
Mm,
issues, a
mm,
lot
mm,
of my
mm.
issues right now are maybe because of something that I asked for a while back in a time of when I felt need desperation, and I had to go back and really think like what is going on right now. Like I can't understand. I'm doing what I feel I'm supposed to be doing, and I've visited back, but then I was like, wait a minute, hold on, uh-oh.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
And I
trust
went back
me,
and I said, hey God, listen, man.
I am there. I am there.
I said, listen, hey,
I am there with you,
hey,
brother.
I may have that. Hey, man, listen, if that is what it was, hey,
Hmm.
man,
And God will
God,
bring
you
it.
know me.
He bring it back. He
You
bring
know
it
me.
back to your remembrance.
You
God
know
will
me.
bring it
But
back
I
to your
but I
remembrance. It
did.
doesn't matter if it's 20 years
It
ago.
doesn't matter, man.
It will be. Let me tell you. I remember when I was driving from Huntsville, Alabama, to Toronto, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That's a far drive.
Mm-hmm.
I planned to stop in Ohio, sleep over, and then get up again and drive. And when I got into Kentucky, I got the call that my mom had a stroke. But they have my mom at home. How can my mom have a stroke and you still have her at home?
Mm-hmm.
So of course, I break down, started driving, crying, and I begged them to take my mom to the hospital. They didn't. Long story short, my mom didn't get to the hospital until the following day.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of late.
Mm-hmm.
So when she finally get to the hospital, man, I was driving, going into Toronto on that long stretch, and I'm crying and crying out to God. I said, God, please save my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And if you save my mother, I'm going to worship you in spirit and in truth. Again, be careful what you ask for. God saved my mother for more than 10 years, and I never hold up on my side of the bargain.
All of your part.
You see what I'm saying? But God is so merciful. He's so kind. He waited until when my wife was talking one day, and And my wife said to me, she said, Dennis, do you know you made a covenant with God? And she had to say nothing else. I went to church, signed up to be baptized. I went to church and I tell them I want to get baptized. So they have a baptism coming up, some, I think, for Good Friday or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
went to the baptism, new convert classes, and I got baptized.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody had to force me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody had to tell me nothing. I know that I made a commitment and I did not keep up on it, and it was time. So here what happened now. Oh, look, I when I was getting baptized, I put it on Facebook. I was getting baptized. Everybody thought I was already baptized. They couldn't believe that I was not baptized, right? So when I tell them I'm getting baptized and all that, they have a whole lot of comments and stuff. But I still, gosh, man, why did you bring up this time?
We were just talking, man.
Why did you bring up this time,
Just
David?
talking.
I'm
We
telling
just
you,
talking.
I don't. I still has not gone 110%. I still has not gone 110%.
Be careful.
Be careful
Yeah,
what you ask for.
yeah. That's what I said, man. I think I called you. I was like, "Yo, Mr. Blake, I think I know." Or maybe we were here and went to lunch, something. But I was like, "I think I know." Maybe that's what's going on. But anyway, man, just be careful. Be careful. I know people, we go through things, and I know, we always, we're looking for God to help us out of certain situations, or we're asking for things that we think we want and need in the time of need.
Mhm.
Just think twice before you ask for just anything, because
Yeah.
there will be. Before I say it on here, I'm going to look it up, because it was a saying that I said before that I asked you about, something that I saw on TV, but I want to get it right. It was something about the God and the devil. Regardless which side, there's always consequences.
Consequently, oh yeah.
Whether
There,
you whether
whether
you
it's
deal
good
with
or
the
bad,
whether you deal with God or deal with the devil,
there
there's
is
consequences.
consequences.
So just
Hmm.
be, and I'm going to find the quote so that I'm not misquoting. But that was something that I was like,
Hmm.
yeah,
There is
yeah,
going to be
it's
consequences.
something is always due. Something is always due. So just be mindful of what you ask for, when you ask for, and why you're asking for it. Like, not everything is life or death, or really that you need it. You may feel you need it in those times. And I know it's always hard to go back and be like, oh, I shouldn't have. But just stop and take a few moments before you really look into it. Um, but yeah, that made me kind of sit back and think about a few things, when I was like, wait a minute. I even had to go back and apologize to my wife one time, man, because I about what we were talking about earlier. Because, you know, a lot of times we have one-sided conversations with ourselves, man, and we hear ourselves talking, or if you're in a conversation with your spouse and you're talking, just because you're saying things don't mean that the conversation is really happening, or that you come to an agreement.
Yeah, it's true.
Sometimes you say what you want to say to get it off your chest, and your spouse is just present, listening to you.
Hmm.
They didn't agree, disagree, or say anything, and you walk out feeling relieved that you got it off your chest. But then there's this one-sided notion that, oh, I said it, so it's going to be
Hmm.
true. I had to go back and apologize to my wife, and she was looking at me like I was crazy. I said, nah, because I said, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I was like, nah, I've been mad with you because you didn't do what I thought you said you was gonna do.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm holding with her, mad with her about something. All she did was just present for the conversation. She allowed me to get it off my chest, but she didn't say, I agree, or I'm gonna meet you halfway, or I'm gonna do anything. And I said, you know what? I've been mad with you all this time, and you just allowed me to get it off my chest, and
Yes,
you
sir.
didn't say anything.
Hmm.
And I said, and I've been angry with you. She's like, well, you're stupid. I said, yes, I am. Yes, I was.
Yeah,
I said, but I still owe you an apology.
yeah,
Just, I don't even know why that conversation was.
yeah.
Yeah,
We are
but
here.
yeah.
It's an hour.
Okay.
So, guys, listen up. We're just having a conversation. We have some real deep topics to talk about, and we're going to be doing this a lot more tomorrow. We're going to
Yes.
be here
We're
tomorrow
here to tomorrow and Thursday, I
and
believe.
tomorrow and Thursday. So make sure you join us. Um, Very important topic. We should have a guest. Is he going to be here
We
tomorrow?
should have a guest. I know we have a guest on Thursday. I'm still trying to confirm a guest for tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
but we'll be here either way. We were supposed to have a guest today. He'll make it back on here with us as soon as he gets back in town. But yeah, we plan to have people on just to join into these conversations with us. Some of it again is it's leading into the soul bench conversations, and then some of it is leading to Mr. Blake's getting to know some of these guys so we can do his his podcast on what's the name of your podcast, Mr.
The
This is
impact.
the impact. This is
Mhm.
your story.
Yeah.
So some of these guys are going to be follow up or introductions to Mr. Blake, so we can do follow up the impact of who they are and their stories and things of that nature. And we're going to flip, and Mr. Blake is going to be a guest, and because Mr. Blake,
Oh yeah, because I have so
yeah,
much
he
stories
has
to
some
tell.
stuff that he needs to
Ah,
to talk about and get off his chest too. So we'll do that. But again, thank you all for joining in, listening, partaking, and please, like I said, when we're on these things, if you have questions, if you have comments, please make them, and we'll try to address them as we go. We're still new to all of this stuff, but we appreciate you taking time to join us. And how do you say, like, subscribe,
yeah.
uh,
Hit
push
that
the bell,
the
all the
bell.
good stuff.
So yeah, notification
Yeah,
bell.
yeah, and
Ding ding ding.
yeah, you'll see my right now. I'm not on any of these platforms outside of Instagram, but you will see me on TikTok and YouTube coming up here shortly. I'm a little slow to the game, but the game is still going on, so I
Yeah.
will join. And again, just appreciate your time and appreciate you listening. And if you know anybody who you think can benefit from some of these conversations or topics that you would like for us to speak
To
on,
speak on, yeah.
please share and please invite your friends to join in. But again, it's just two cats having genuine conversations, and
Hmm.
sometimes we go off the railroad tracks, but the conversation is real. So thank you all. Salute.
Appreciate you guys. And this evening, I'm going to have a guest on around 8:30. You probably want to join that conversation because he was a street guy and uh,
Who you having on the 8 o'clock?
true crime. True crime. He created some crime and he went to jail for smart guy. Well, maybe he wasn't smart to get in trouble, but just so you know, I think even with that said, he was smart because they lock him up and they did not lock him up under his name.
What?
Yeah. So
Wait. How
yeah,
you get locked up and not
he
underneath your name?
yeah.
So
That's
he got
how
locked up underneath an alias?
another name. Yeah. And so when his mom went, when the mom looking for him and can't find him, I'm probably telling a little bit too much. They went to, they felt like he probably was at the station. So when they went there, the mom asked for her son,
His given name.
his given name. They said they don't have anybody there by that name. Yeah, so it's a very good story. I interviewed him
Sounds like
before,
it. Yeah, sounds
but
like
he has a book now because he wrote the story and he has a book coming out soon, and I'm going to be interviewing him again this evening around 8:30. So it's going to be a good interview. So you want to make sure that you join us this evening so you can.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it is a great story,
I
man.
can I can imagine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great story, and he's going to talk a little bit about the system, how the system is created, and all that type of thing, and some of the stuff that he have learned while he was in jail. He educate himself, come out really smart, and yeah,
I would love to hear his perspective on that piece because you know that they're not even allowing prisoners to do that anymore in
they cut
jail.
it out.
They cut the education piece out.
Oh, yeah, he was, and it's like the thing about it is like he spent like I want to say 15 years. He was supposed to get like a big number, and what happened? It was cut down because of I don't know if it's good behavior or what. But then he has friends in there that end up spending like 20, 25 years, and they kind of stick together as brothers
Mhm.
in jail and stuff like that. And they come out and know they have their own business and they're
Nice,
successful
nice,
and stuff like that.
nice.
Brit, smart guy.
Ah, yeah.
You know the man, smart guy. I tell you what, he's one of those type of guys that you would love to have when you go places to speak to
Mhm,
kids and stuff
mhm,
like that,
mhm.
because he just know it
Yeah.
from the street. He knows it from the street. He knows it in jail and all of that. So you want to join us? Make sure you stick around and join us. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you. That's dope. So I figured out last night how to get.
You figure out last night how to get what?